Somebody on Georgia's schedule will utterly crash and burn this weekend.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? This is the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. He is Clint. I am Daniel. Together, the Locked On Bulldogs, talking about Georgia every day, sometimes multiple times a day. If you missed the bonus episode that came out last night, go back and check it out. It's on your feed.
Peep tonight, too.
There might be another bonus episode dropping tonight. Today's episode, by the way, brought to you by our friends over at Mazda. Move and be moved. More on Mazda in a moment. And if you think that just because Georgia doesn't play Saturday, your boy and I aren't going to be overreacting on Saturday night, you got another thing coming, okay? You heard what he said in the open? There's going to be a lot to overreact to.
We gain this weekend. It's like daylight savings time. You wake up and you gained. And
all of
there's
a sudden,
you
got more than you had when you went to sleep.
No, look at that.
Yeah. It's a bye week, but it's actually a work week. And if you're a Georgia fan, then you have got plenty of work to do this weekend. We've tried to prep you all week. We've tried to talk you through the games that matter. We talked about that on Thursday morning. That came out, the games that matter this weekend. But let's talk about things you should be excited about, things that you should be nervous about of this bye week, and things that you should not be sleeping on. So, Clint, I presume that your little tease in the cold open had to do with something that people should be excited about. So I'm going to let you kick this one off. Okay? Because I'm excited about one of Georgia's rivals crashing and burning. I'm excited about that.
You should be too, Daniel. Now I wonder if we're gonna have the same rival crash and burn.
Well, I'll come up with another one if you do.
Okay. Yeah. Because here's the deal. We're gaining this weekend, and I've already said it. You need to go back and watch it. There are potential for three of Georgia's scheduled opponents to utterly come out of this weekend in shambles. There's a potential. Do I think it's going to happen? No, actually, I'm going to predict, but let me just set this up. Florida could get housed by Miami. This Miami team has it in them to house Florida because Florida's offense, not good. Florida's defense, pretty good. Miami's offense is clicking and humming. Okay. Okay. That's one game. Second game. Ole Miss may have just wound up, screwed around, and forgot who their first love was. They forgot the lady they brought to the dance. They started courting somebody else at the dance. And when you do that, bad things happen. Okay. Ole Miss might have ran themselves into a controversy at quarterback in which they didn't need to.
Okay. You mean Lane Kiffin out coaching himself? Is that what you're alluding to?
Coaching himself. He's the smartest guy in the room, Daniel.
Sure.
When you think like that, foolishness befalls you. Tulane might mess around and actually wallop on Ole Miss. That's a good Tulane school. I'm not joking when I say that. And lastly, Dave, this is the one where I want to start. Auburn is going to get their tail kicked in such royal fashion by Oklahoma. Oklahoma has everything going. You should be excited to watch this game. Oklahoma has everything going for it. John Mateer is playing very well. That running game, very efficient. The defense humming along. Oklahoma feels to me, I'm going to say this next statement, and I want to talk about the vibe around Oklahoma, because to me it feels like Colorado of last year, Daniel. Colorado rode a whole bunch of vibe checks into some wins. That stadium was packed and pumping. People were excited, taking notice. Now, Oklahoma, just the difference is a few notable ones. One, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, Brent Venables is a better coach than Colorado had last year. And that pains me to say.
The bar's low. Brent Venables is a better coach than Brent Venables' former employer.
Let's get to some other things later.
Listen, I can't. See something, say something, you know?
They have a good defense. There's excitement all abound. I said Oklahoma's going to go over their win total to begin the season. They're looking like a great team, and Auburn's walking into a buzzsaw in this game, Daniel. Buzzsaw.
Those are great reasons to be excited. I'm going to circle back and focus more on Georgia this bye week. I think the primary reason that you as a Georgia fan should be excited about this bye week in general. And we've talked around this. We've talked about this issue quite a bit. But the reality is that Georgia is 3-0. But they're going into the bye week really with a bunch of things to fix after a loss. You're really getting, Georgia fans, if you think about it, the best of both worlds here. Because if Georgia had 3 very easy victories, coasted to victories, then a bye week, yes, maybe a couple of guys who are dinged up get healthy. Yeah, maybe you solidify a few things. Maybe you work on this or you work on that. You try to install some plan, whatever. But Georgia's basically coming off a loss. I promise you, when the tape rolls and Kirby shows the right side of that offensive line, he ain't going to show the final score. He's going to show guys getting whipped play after play after play, the secondary play after play after play. He's going to show the underneath pass coverage on the crossing routes play after play after play. Georgia's coming off of a pseudo embarrassing performance at times, certainly by some position groups, with a lot to clean up. So there's plenty of meat on the bone, and you're 3-0. Still with everything in front of you, still with plenty of margin left in the schedule. And so it is truly the best of both worlds type of scenario, because Kirby's going to have those guys motivated. He's going to have those guys circling the wagons, even though there's, we didn't lose anything.
No.
But in his mind, we did lose that game.
And what's wild is that those 2 position groups that needed the most work, the offensive line and I'm going to say safeties. I'm also going to include cornerback number 2. So because Dalen Everett played great, Starr played great. Those 2 under themselves we're fine. Those are the 2 positions that you and I had question marks heading into this season.
Big questions.
And I think we can win in adverse situations with Tennessee's a playoff team's best punch at their home. We can win with those 2 deficiencies, and they're going to get better. They're going to clean up. A lot of the mistakes were coaching mistakes. A lot of the secondary, I should say, was coaching mistakes. It's yet to be seen offensive line. I'm going to just hold my breath on that one, plug my nose, and get through it. But you're right. This is insanely
It's exciting because that's what you want a bye week for. It's a wasted bye week when everything's going great and there's really no whatever. Like that's fine. But you want a bye week when you got a bad taste in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Well, Georgia's got a bad taste in their mouth, and they just beat a top 15 team on the road in a hostile environment in a college football playoff type atmosphere, and they're 3-0. So it really is a lot to look forward to. But there's some things that you should maybe be nervous about heading into this bye week, and we're going to get into those right after these.
But these are, in fact, Mazda. This is brought to you by Mazda is moving the game forward. For those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it. There are moments that do more than just put points on the board. They move crowds, move culture, and keep moving the game forward. That's exactly what Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs did against Tennessee this last weekend. It was incredible to watch Kirby go up there, continue to show his dominance of Josh Heupel and Neyland Stadium. 10 in a row as a coach. Just unbelievable what he's able to do. That's who keeps moving the game forward and changing culture. When you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning. And just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to every Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. That's not it, everybody. We also have Wayfair. Wayfair is fantastic. You need to get over there right now because as the season is changing, Wayfair has everything you need for your space for the fall. It's the place to go. Whether you need comfy recliners, warm bedding, autumn decor, even an espresso machine so you can make your favorite latte at home. Delivery is fast, free, hassle-free, which makes a huge difference when you're refreshing your home. Cozyfy your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates. Cozy recliners, cozy bedding, autumn decor. You'll find it all for less at wayfair.com. That's wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style. Every quote. There are reasons to be nervous. The Bulldogs cannot disappoint you by losing and get bucket worthy. You would say to yourself, great, it's only bottles at this point. No buckets, only bottles. Well, let your boys let your boys come into your heart. Let us worm on in there. What should we be nervous about? Go ahead.
If Juan Gaston didn't get healthy when he didn't play against Austin Peay, and he had that whole week off, what exactly is it that makes you think that 1 week off is going to magically fix everything that's wrong with him? And oh, by the way, that's not even the most important offensive lineman that Georgia needs back. Ernest Green hadn't been right all year.
Nope.
And now we're putting all of those eggs into a 7-day basket. Because I'm here to tell you, those two guys didn't practice all week.
No.
This week.
No.
But now it's game week. Like, we're about to turn on the calendar over, and it's about to be game week. And so now maybe you could miss Monday.
Sure.
Work your way back in there. But you start missing Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm here to tell you, we're riding back out there with Bo Hewley at right tackle. And I love what I got out of Bo Hewley at right tackle.
Very thrilled.
I don't want to see it for 60 daggum minutes, I'll tell you that. I'm not interested in it against the Alabama defensive front, I'll tell you that. So, it's low-hanging fruit at this point. We've talked about it all week. I hope next week the conversation, we'll talk much more about Alabama and less about these offensive line concerns. But in the bye week, I've got to believe the secondary is going to figure it out. I just have to believe that. And check back with me next segment for a little bit, maybe more on that. But the offensive line, the injuries, they're not any. Andrew Thomas ain't walking through that door. So they're not anybody else over there.
Let me spin it another way.
Okay. Try.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let me spin it in a way that makes you spiral more.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please. This is what the second segment's all about.
That's a short season, right, Daniel? It's not long. It's not.
We're mostly done at this point, 3 games.
Right?
We're mostly done.
No. Nope. We have
we got about 14 games left if all goes according to plan.
Okay. Nagging injuries to offensive linemen who are part of a very physical, very taxing position. Okay. What happens if Drew Bobo gets a little sprain of the knee? What happens? Micah Morris needs to come out for a few plays. Just maybe a drive.
Well, we're down to our 9th string guard at this point.
See, the spiral is, sure, we can always get healthy. Great. You can.
That's an option.
Or you can go the other way, and you could always get less healthy. Not the particular people themselves, because they're already banged up. They're not going to finish the season 100% unless they go completely on the shelf for 3 weeks. Like that's the option. Which that's not
at that happen. Point. Georgia's season might be over.
Correct. So we are holding this offensive line together with Drew Bobo and Micah Morris not missing any time for the remainder of the season.
Toothpaste and paper clips. We're holding this thing together, Clint. We are cobbling it at this juncture.
It's, guys, I'm not trying to be an alarmist. I really am not.
Sure, he's not.
But Gunnar Stockton should have whipped out belt and started slapping people across the face for how many times he was hit on Saturday. Like, he was under attack by that Tennessee defensive line all game. That flak jacket ain't helping nobody on those ribs. Like, they are tenderized.
Not to go next level on it, but what's the number one thing that the coaches say they want Gunnar Stockton to work on? The number one thing that people say that Gunnar Stockton needs to improve upon? It's his presence in the pocket, right? Okay. He gets a little happy feet. He starts to dance around back there. He doesn't trust his reads. He doesn't read through his progressions. And instead, he trusts his legs and he puts his head down and he tucks the ball and he runs when maybe he should give it a little bit more time and stand back up in there. Unlike Carson Beck, who loved to stay in the pocket and take sacks. He loved it. It was a delight to him. And if he couldn't take a sack, he'd just throw it to the other team. Gunnar Stockton's, that's the area in which he needs to grow. Okay. How are you going to teach him to do that? How are you going to help him to grow when there ain't no pocket to stand in? When it's a jailbreak.
Yep.
Up front, in front of him, each and every play.
Yep.
Like, it's reinforcing, I think, negative habits, and it's not going to lead to the best long-term success of this Georgia offense, because we, as a Georgia football team, need Gunnar Stockton to primarily throw the football.
Yep.
Run it on designed runs well.
Yep.
And then scramble when plays break down. In that order, we need him to, and there should be a big gap between each of those things. Right?
When Georgia had the best quarterback play, the championship, that's the order we had. Stetson Bennett was Crazy Legs McGee out there only when he had to, when options 1 and 2
when he had to. Right.
So I'm fine with designed runs to keep the defense honest. Totally fine with that.
Yeah, need it, especially in the red zone.
I am not comfortable having it dominate the offense. That's what I'm not comfortable with at all. Every now and then, a little spice, sure. Paprika goes great on stuff. I don't want it on my cereal. Okay, like,
don't knock it until you tried it.
Well, you are foolish. We're gonna come back after this. We're gonna both let you know. Don't sleep on something. And I have a feeling that this secondary is going to be a major topic for both Daniel and I. But first, these. And these are, in fact, Square. Daniel, right now, what's happening is your neighborhood is getting warmer and better because fall is coming around, community's coming around. And this episode brought to you by Square. Certain businesses that truly make the neighborhood feel like home. Local sports bar, packed coffee shop. These are the places that bring people together. Look, there's a little spot back where Daniel and I both used to be, called Kay's Bar. And one of our dear friends on this show, M Dubs, knows about Kay's Bar. Kay's Bar is a great spot. You just go down there, hey, salt of the earth folk, walk on in, get some wings, get some cheap brews. It's fantastic. And it's places like that that are using Square. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world. You can go to square.com/lockedoncollege to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square, see you in the neighborhood. But that's not all, Daniel. As well as Square, we got DoorDash, because DoorDash is bringing you every single week. They are bringing you streaks. If you don't know what streaks are, here's what happens. You order food every single Saturday. You keep the streak alive.
I did that.
Just like the people. Great. Keep it going. Just like Georgia's MVP, Gunnar Stockton, continues to make plays every single time. He delivers when it matters most. Touchdown pass to London Humphreys. Huge 2-point conversion to Branch as well. Gunnar Stockton is on a streak. And just like Gunnar delivered for Georgia, DoorDash delivers for you on Saturdays. DoorDash streaks every Saturday. You keep ordering. You can get up to $250, including $100 on DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive. Fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period through 11/18.
Clint, seems like we're both going to be talking about the secondary here in what folks should not sleep on. So in this bye week, where do you want to go? Let you lead off for us. What should the people not be sleeping on, the Georgia fans, as they get ready to enter into Alabama week?
Get ready for a new starting safety. Don't sleep on
this. This is a joint don't sleep on, by the way. This is mine as well.
Okay, then we're gonna hit the repercussions of this, the trickle down effect, if you will, because I have another don't sleep on because of this.
Okay,
we're gonna depending on and look, Tuesday presser when Kirby speaks this coming week, just so you're fully aware, Brooks, I need you to do me a solid.
Okay,
I need you to ask Kirby.
Lean in here.
Who has been showing out of the secondary during practice this week? Don't ask who you think should rotate and what. No. I want you to ask him, can you give me somebody who has elevated their fire, passion, and energy in practice this last week? He will tell you that. He won't tell you previous guys' performance in the game, but he'll tell you who's shown out this practice. He will say that because that's going to be your new starting safety. Whoever he says after that is the new starting safety for Georgia, just so you're fully aware. And I'm going to talk about trickle-down effect. Daniel, I don't know who it's going to be. Honestly, there's 5 dudes that it could be. A couple of ex-cornerbacks, a couple of transfer guys back there in the safety position. I don't think he's going to go Jonah Aguero back at safety. I think Jonah is going to stay at star. I'm going to talk about don't sleep on here in a second what this means for the defense going forward. But y'all, Kyron, I don't know how to tell you. I think you already know you lost your job. I think it's very, very aware to you.
Here's the problem. To lose one's job, someone has to take one's job. Who is it?
I already told you. We got a whole bunch of dudes back there, Daniel.
No, I would argue we have none. We have 0 dudes.
That's not true. That's not true.
Why didn't any of them play? Let me ask you this. Why has Zion Branch not played since Marshall?
Why has Maddox not played?
Why has Maddox registered 1 tackle on the season against Austin Peay? Like these are the guys we brought in in order to solidify the position in which we had great need.
Correct.
And neither of them are it. Now, here's what I will say as a caveat to that.
Okay.
I'll call it the Josh McCray effect.
Here we go. All right.
Because it's not always as simple as it seems with Kirby Smart.
Great. So glad we got there.
Josh McCray did not figure out how to get better at football.
Nope.
Between Austin Peay and Tennessee. Josh McCray did not elevate his football acumen. Josh McCray did whatever it was in practice that Kirby needed to see. And we'll never know what it is.
Nope.
But whatever it was that he came into camp as a transfer and thought, at Illinois, we don't really do it this way. So I guess I probably won't do it this way. Whatever that thing was, immediately Kirby Smart said, that's cute. Sit over there. And then Josh McCray said to himself, you know what I like? Playing football on a winning football team. Do you know what I like? Having a future in football after the season is over. Do you know what I'd probably better do? Whatever that guy says I should do. So I will say this. The fact that you have not seen Adrian Maddox or Zion Branch even remotely factor in to the safety position should not necessarily tell you that they won't be factors.
Okay.
But, Clint, the big caveat to this is how many guys did we see come in on the right side of that offensive line? Like 20, 30 guys. I mean, like we rotated in everybody. It was just as bad back there next to KJ. It was just as bad. Okay. As the right side of that offensive line was struggling, so was the safety position. So it's very difficult for me to believe that somebody could be deep enough in the doghouse that they wouldn't have been snatched up off that bench in the jaws of defeat when Georgia was sitting firmly in the jaws of defeat and put into a game where they could impact positively for Georgia. Now, maybe some things have changed in the bye week. Maybe somebody's made a stride. Maybe things have been moved forward. But Jones and Thomas ain't it for me. And if Georgia doesn't find one of these safeties, like, are you going to have to put Daniel Harris at star?
Yep. See, here we go.
Because I hate that too. Because guess who
it.
else I hate? Daniel Harris and Ellis Robinson. And now they're both on the field. I hate it. I hate it.
Don't sleep on okay. Kirby likes experimenting. Okay. He's
I
done
wouldn't say he likes it. I'd say he's willing to do it.
Okay, he's willing to do it. Now, no, look, we haven't even talked about what I think is one of the worst blemishes on the Tennessee game. I don't want to talk about it because it's gonna make me feel things that I hate.
Yeah.
When he brought Ryan Puglisi in to throw the one Hail Mary pass before halftime, I wanted to ram a hot poker through my eye. Okay?
I mean, what? It's almost laughable to question Kirby Smart.
It is.
But take a flipping knee. Do you not remember the SEC championship game?
He is a strip sack.
Strip sack could have been returned for a touchdown. By the way, our quarterback's out for the year because he hurts his arm running around back there doing God knows what and gets absolutely murdered when he's trying to throw a football, and now he's out for the year.
Okay, well, don't sleep on this. LSU game. When we changed our entire defense and we had a star / linebacker roaming around running back the entire time, trying to take him out of the game so that then the Joe Burrow-led offense had to absolutely dismantle us, which they did. I look for 3 inside backers playing some sub packages this game against Alabama.
Oh,
and I say experiment, try. There's going to be a formation. I think Kirby Smart's going to see a formation that he wants to get, and he's going to see personnel that he's going to throw Justin Williams, Chris Cole, and CJ Allen on, or Raylan Wilson, CJ Allen, and Justin Williams on the field at one time.
Yeah,
because
it's going to be Chris Cole. It's going to be one of them.
Well,
because
that's
Cole. Who you need.
Chris Cole's snap count is going to increase against Alabama. This safety issue is going to be hamstringing us, Daniel, and it's not a good feeling. It's not a warm feeling at all. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on a new safety, a new system, new formation come through. He is Daniel. I am Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. We'll see you guys later on.
See ya.